Since a lot of you that follow me either through my blog or YouTube are from other countries other than the United States, I wanted to answer the question today about how to raise capital from American investors if you don't live here. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about how to raise money from American investors or United States-based investors if you don't live here. Now, most angel investors, and I'm talking about angel investors specifically, not venture capital firms. Venture capital firms will tend to extend their investments outside of their geographic range. Angel investors, as a general category, tend to like to keep their investments fairly close to where they live. Sometimes they'll invest only in their local community. Other times they'll invest nationwide or within a region of the United States, but individual angel investors tend to want to keep their investments pretty close to where they are so that they can monitor the success and the going on of the startup. So since a lot of you that follow me on social media platforms and things like that tend to be from other countries, I wanted to share how you can raise money from US-based investors if you don't live here. And it can be a little bit challenging. Investors want to know or be able to connect with their startup founders. They want to be able to talk to them regularly. Of course, in the modern world, you can do that through things like Zoom and those types of platforms. But it's nice to be able to, as we say in the US, press flesh. That may sound like a bad saying. What it means is be able to shake each other's hand and look each other in the eye and get a read for one another. The way to raise money from American investors, United States-based investors, if you don't live here, is often through an intermediary. And what do I mean by that? Well, what you can do is bring on someone from the United States onto your team as a co-founder, and then that gives you some presence in the United States. So it'd be kind of like having an office in India or China or wherever your startup is from. And then you would also have a quote unquote office in the United States through your new co-founder. Obviously, don't add someone to your team just because you want to raise capital from American investors. Make sure that they're providing some sort of value. But let's say you're looking for someone to fill a marketing role as a co-founder within the company, or even as a very key employee. Maybe if you're going to raise money from American or US-based investors, consider hiring someone from that country. Same could be true if you're trying to raise money in Germany or you're trying to raise money out of the UK. It's never a bad idea to have a very high level key employee or co-founder as part of your team that you can say is US based. Now, another option you have, if you're not going to add them as a team member, is in the past I've talked about the idea of having a board of advisors. That's different than a board of directors. Those are people who actually have a say-so in the governance of your company. A board of advisors are usually voluntary-based people who understand different aspects of business. Maybe they're even mentors of yours that are willing to advise you on a regular basis. And you could add someone to your board of advisors from the United States, and as long as they're willing to let you list them as that, maybe they can then encourage investors to invest in your startup because they're based in the country where you're trying to raise funds. So that's just a couple of ways to improve your chances. I will tell you, it is harder, especially with just an individual angel investor. If you're from outside the United States, when you get into syndicated angel investor groups that are investing as a large pool of investors, it gets a little bit easier. And then when you get into venture capital, they're typically looking for deals all over the globe because we do have a global economy that they can invest in. So the further down the investor chain, a capital continuum that you get, it can be a little bit tougher. That's just two ways that you can improve your chances of raising money from US investors. I hope that information helps you. Until we talk next time, I hope you find your voice. Have a great day.